The Lucrehulk-class battleship was the primary frontline command vessel and capital warship of the Confederate Navy during the Clone Wars. The vessels are modified refits of Trade Federation super freighters and represent one of the largest and heaviest spacecraft to participate in the conflict. At over 3 kilometers in both length and width, the Lucrehulk's frame is massive and extremely durable, resembling a huge flattened disc built around a central control sphere. The disc is open at the ship's bow, where 2 enormous docking bays provide points of access to the Lucrehulk's vast internal loading and hangar decks. The ships are often used to deploy planetary invasion forces, carrying a standard complement of 139,000 B-1 battle droids, as well as a huge supply of landing craft and ground assault vehicles. The Lucrehulk's armament is largely defensive, featuring 42 quad turbo laser batteries and an extensive grid of point defense lasers. The ship also boasts extremely powerful deflector shields, able to repel anything short of concentrated fire from numerous warships. As standard, a Lucrehulk battleship carries 1,500 vulture droids, enough to provide fighter support for an entire Confederate flotilla, and usefully compensating for the lack of launch bays on smaller Separatist warships like the Munificent class. The ship's ground vehicle complement includes 550 multi-troop transports and 6,520 armoured assault tanks. These are deployed to the surface of hostile planets using large C-99-79 series landing craft, 50 of which are stored aboard a standard Lucrehulk. The central sphere of a Lucrehulk is known as a core ship and is able to detach itself from the larger frame for use as a heavy landing craft. This allows the Lucrehulk to deploy a large portion of its huge invasion force in a single move, quickly establishing a powerful staging ground on a planet's surface. Core ships can also serve as command posts and communications facilities once deployed, relaying transmissions between ground units and orbiting vessels, as well as providing maintenance facilities for damaged droids and assault vehicles. In the years before the Clone Wars, some Lucrehulks were used by the Trade Federation as droid control ships. This was because older B-1 battle droids required constant remote control to remain functional, making the control ship a tempting target. Though this problem was overcome through various improvements to the B-1 battle droid model, some Lucrehulks still carried the extensive broadcast dishes and transmission arrays, using them to override specific droid units with tactical instructions and allowing for even greater coordination over Confederate infantry. When not participating in planetary invasions, Lucrehulks are most often deployed at the center or rear of Separatist battle formations. Though the vessels are extremely durable, they are less effective at engaging other warships and instead provide starfighter support and targeting scans for smaller Recusant and Munificent class vessels. One well-known vulnerability of the Lucrehulk is a byproduct of its impressive troop and cargo capacity, as the vessel's huge and interconnected loading bays make it possible for hostile strike craft to reach and attack the Lucrehulk's main reactor. Across the course of the Clone Wars, the distinctive shape of the Lucrehulk-class battleship became a symbol of fear and oppression for the citizens of many worlds. It was common knowledge that even a single Lucrehulk could bring the full force of the Confederacy down on a given planet, or establish a blockade that would entirely cut the world off from outside support. Thank you for watching Spacedock. Please remember to like, subscribe and share for more science fiction spacecraft summaries. If you enjoy the channel, why not consider pledging your support on Patreon? For just $1 a month, you'll be able to access the Spacedock schedule to see what's coming up.